Mumbai is bracing for its first ever cyclone. Tropical storm Nisarga is barreling towards India's west coast. It's set to make landfall close to the financial hub within 12 hours. Nisarga is expected to develop into a cyclone with winds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. This will be the second cyclone to hit India in less than 2 weeks. Cyclone Amphan pummeled West Bengal, killing nearly 100 people. At the same time, India is approaching a grim milestone of 200,000 infections as coronavirus cases continue to surge. For the third consecutive day, it has logged more than 8,000 new infections. Rebecca Bundan joins us live from Mumbai for more on this story. Rebecca, what are preparations like in Mumbai?
The cyclone is expected to make landfall tomorrow afternoon, and it's expected to bring with it heavy rains, winds gusting at over 100 kilometers per hour, potential flash flooding. So Mumbai really has been making a lot of efforts to prepare for this, and authorities have put this city on alert. There have been evacuation processes going on in low-lying areas, which are really very prone to flooding. Also, the police have been moving homeless people into shelters. There are shelters that have been set up in schools and so on. There are also national disaster response forces that are on standby, that have been deployed to the city of Mumbai, and also areas along the west coast, along the coast of the state of Maharashtra. It's expected to make landfall very near to Mumbai, but there are other areas that will be affected along the coast. Also, the state of Gujarat as well, just north of Mumbai, has been making its own efforts to evacuate people. Hospitals have been told to be on alert as well, because there's a potential that there could be power outages. So that's a real worry, especially as these hospitals are dealing with a lot of coronavirus patients at the moment, that they've been told to make sure that their power generators are ready in case the power does go out. But the authorities have also been working to try to ensure that there aren't power outages. Fishermen have also been told to stay away from sea. They've been bringing their boats in, but really the city is bracing itself for this cyclone, which could be a severe cyclone according to forecasters.
Rebecca, all this is happening as well because, Mumbai and the larger Maharashtra state, they're also bearing the brunt of India's COVID-19 infections. How resources like it must be stretched at this point.
Very much so. Mumbai has more than 40,000 cases, which is the highest number of cases of any city, and the wider state of Maharashtra has the highest number of cases of any states in the country. And its resources, its healthcare infrastructure really have been very overstretched because of this situation. There has been a shortage of beds, particularly for patients that need critical care. So this is really going to be a big challenge, having to deal with a cyclone as authorities, as hospitals are dealing with a high number of patients, which they already can't really handle. And even there have been some temporary facilities that have been set up, such as a temporary hospital in one of the commercial districts in Mumbai. But those patients have actually been moved, because that's a temporary structure, which is essentially a very large tent. Those patients have actually been moved to one of the other temporary hospitals that's in what's essentially an indoor stadium, so a permanent structure, because it's a big worry for the city what kind of impact the cyclone and its winds and rains could do to those kind of temporary structures. So really this is a big challenge for the city to deal with at this point in time, given the high numbers of cases it's seeing every day. But also this might not be the end of it. After this cyclone, later this month, the monsoon rains are expected to arrive in Mumbai, and every year the city deals with flooding challenges, and also an increase in the number of people that are prone to diseases like typhoid and dengue fever, for example. These are things that spread very rapidly during the monsoon season. So the cyclone could really be a test for the city.
Many thanks there, Rebecca Bundan, speaking to us from Mumbai.